shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
Hostages released. President Trump is in Israel today. What his plans are as the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas is now in place. And road closed in Raleigh. You are looking live at Blue Ridge Road as crews work to repair a water main break. What you need to know before your morning commute.
And as we get ready for the morning commute, fall weather resumes once this nor'easter pulls away. I'll show you what it means as you head out the door on this Monday morning coming up.
And UNC football fiasco. The team is preparing for its upcoming game against California, when we will hear from Coach Bill Belichick later today. All of that ahead on your Monday morning. Thank you so much for joining us here. I'm Michelle McConaughey, and let's get over to meteorologist Chris Michaels. He is in for Elizabeth this morning. Chris, talking about how windy it is out there. We really felt it yesterday, too.
Yeah, yesterday the wind gusts were pretty strong in parts of the area, had some power outages as well. In Raleigh, Rocky Mount, and Fayetteville, our peak gusts were 40 to 45 miles per hour just yesterday, and in Siler City to Irwin, about 30 to 40 miles per hour. Waking up this morning, it's breezy, but it's not quite as gusty as it was yesterday, as we give you a live look there at Wilson. A few showers in Wake County right now, especially east of Raleigh toward Garner, Willow Spring, and Fuquay. All that moving south toward Anger, toward areas like Broadway, Sanford, and Vass. Your morning exercise, a few of those showers out there, but it's cool. Temperatures in the upper 50s as you head out the door. And your Monday at a glance, some slow clearing, a little breezy still with a high of 70 degrees, but some cooler weather on the way. I'll show you when we wake up to temps in the 40s coming up.
All right, thank you, Chris. Breaking overnight, police have a driver in custody after a chase that spanned nearly 70 miles. This is a look at the scene from the WRAL breaking news tracker near Pool Road and Heritage Manor Drive in Raleigh. The chase started in Warsaw. Officers say the chase ended around 1:30 this morning after that driver actually ran out of gas. We are still trying to learn more information about the suspect and any possible charges. And breaking news overnight, 7 Israeli hostages have been transferred and are on their way to Israeli forces in the Gaza Strip. Red Cross vehicles could be seen leaving Gaza City this morning. Israel Defense Forces announced the hostages' release. Thousands of Israelis gather in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv they gathered there in Hostage Square in Tel Aviv to celebrate the release. The IDF says it is prepared to receive additional hostages who are expected to be transferred to the Red Cross later in the day. And President Trump landed in Israel early this morning while aid started to enter into Gaza. The Egyptian Red Cross sent 400 trucks carrying 9,000 tons of aid through the Rafah crossing over the weekend. The convoy was made up of food, flour, fuel, and medical supplies, among other essential items. With thousands of displaced Palestinians going back to their homes in northern Gaza, humanitarian aid is expected to be ramped up as part of the ceasefire agreement. And breaking news right now, crews are on the scene of a fire in Wendell. This is a live look from the WRAL breaking news tracker. You can see all of that smoke there. This is happening on Industrial Drive off of Wendell Boulevard. We'll have an update when we learn more information about what's going on here. And a traffic alert that could affect your morning commute. Part of Blue Ridge Road in Raleigh is closed because of a water main break. Ali Caldabar is there in the WRAL breaking news tracker for us this morning. And Ali, those crews behind you have been working through the night to try to get this fixed.
Within the past 90 minutes, Michelle, we've seen Raleigh water crews come and go, and I'm going to move out of the way so that you can get a better look at what's going on. We see a lot of heavy machinery. We can hear it. There's also surrounding that a large hole. We saw a man, it was up to a man's shoulders earlier. We know a 12-inch pipe broke Saturday night. Some residents in the area were with that water for several hours, but that water has been restored. We know that they are waiting for some parts and equipment to replace that area right there and get it all filled up. But we also know that the earliest it's going to be filled is 2 p.m. today at the earliest. And so this could impact anybody's morning commute. We know that they are recommending you take Crabtree Valley Avenue or Homewood Drive. And we're going to hear from Ken Smith in the next 30 minutes with some more details about that detour. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
And today we'll hear from UNC head coach Bill Belichick for the first time since reports of dysfunction and toxicity in the locker room gained national attention. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is in Chapel Hill for us this morning. And Kelsey, we're expecting that Belichick will want to keep the conversation on what's happening on the field.
Yes, Michelle, that's what we're expecting this morning. We'll be hearing from Coach Belichick for the first time since we've uncovered all of this new information about what's going on inside the football program. A Washington Post sports reporter posted this photo on X of Belichick on Friday at an Our Lady of Good Counsel high school game in Maryland. He was there recruiting. Belichick's visit happening less than a week after WRAL's reporting that tensions on the team are leading to a toxic culture. We spoke with the head coach at that high school, Andy Stefanelli, on the phone. He said media reports about the state of the program did come up during his pregame meeting with one of Belichick's assistants. He did bring it up, said Stefanelli. Don't believe what you're hearing type of thing. They're kind of dealing with that internally in terms of talking to us and talking to recruits about, hey, things are fine. We're going to be all right. This week, UNC denied reports suggesting the school was exploring an exit strategy for Belichick. So we'll keep you posted on what's next as the Tar Heels are expected to take the field again on Friday night. So you can watch today's news conference that's scheduled for 11:30 this morning live on WRAL, WRAL.com, and WRAL News Plus. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Chapel Hill.
And our WRAL will be covering all angles of today's press conference. We'll have live team coverage starting at noon. And, of course, tune into our afternoon newscast starting at 4 p.m. for more coverage on Coach Belichick and UNC. Well, this morning you are looking live. Dainty. This is not live. This is a video, but this is courtesy of Surf Checks. You can see waves splashing underneath homes. NC-12 is closed for miles in several spots on the Outer Banks after a weekend of ocean overwash and flooding. The Department of Transportation shared these photos last night showing the work being done on Hatteras Island. Crews are using dump trucks to rebuild a breached dune protecting NC-12. There's currently no timeline for when that highway will reopen. Officials say crews work to make sure the roadway is safe and clear. And the nor'easter brought dangerous conditions to the Outer Banks. Take a look at this video from Buxton on Hatteras Island yesterday afternoon. The storm comes just a week after 8 homes collapsed into the ocean there. And Cape Hatteras National Seashore officials say even more houses are on the brink of collapsing. Researchers say this is an environmental health issue with long-term effects. Dare County plans to begin a $45 million beach nourishment project next spring to rebuild the dune system and buffer Highway 12. Today, a wreath-laying ceremony will honor Raleigh police officer Gabe Torres. He is one of 5 people who were killed in a mass shooting 3 years ago today in the Hedingham neighborhood. Nicole Connors, Marcel Gardner, Mary Marshall, and Susan Kernatz were also killed. Today's wreath-laying is happening at the Law Enforcement Training Center. It starts at noon, and anyone is welcome. And the trial for accused shooter Austin Thompson is set to begin on February 2nd. Thompson was 15 at the time of the shooting. He will stand trial as an adult on 5 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder, along with other charges. Thompson will not face a death sentence if convicted. That's because federal law prohibits execution for people who are younger than 18 at the time of their crimes. The Moore County Sheriff's Office is investigating what it calls malicious and intentional act after a Spectrum fiber optic line was cut, causing an internet outage. This happened shortly before 4 Sunday morning off Old Morganton Road in Southern Pines. The Sheriff's Office says someone climbed 2 poles and cut the fiber optic lines. Internet service was out for customers from Pinehurst to Carthage. Technicians worked to restore service last night, and the Sheriff's Office is offering a $25,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in this case. Well, this is not Moore County's first infrastructure attack. You'll remember back in December of 2022, someone shot into 2 energy substations and power was out for thousands of people for 5 days. 1 person died due to the outage. No arrests have been made in the attacks. There is a combined $100,000 reward for information to solve that case. And the man accused of shooting from a boat into a bar on the coast, killing 3 people and injuring 6, will be in court today. 40-year-old Nigel Edge is charged in the shooting at American Fish Company in Southport last month. A probable cause hearing is happening in a Brunswick County court later today. We'll update you on air and online with what we learned from that courtroom. And 2 people are dead after a small plane crashed in North Texas. We do want to warn you, you may find this video disturbing. The crash happened on Sunday morning near Fort Worth in Texas. Surveillance video from a nearby business captured what happened. This is the video here. That plane crashed into a parking lot where trucks and campers were parked. 2 people on that plane died. It is unknown where that flight originated from or where it was going. The Federal Aviation Administration and the National Transportation Safety Board are investigating. And this morning, the Trump administration is working to clear up confusion for some CDC workers as we near a second week under a government shutdown. The government says it received incorrect notifications. The workers were laid off. A government official said a glitch in the system is to blame. Meanwhile, members of the military will be paid this Wednesday. President Trump says he has directed his administration to direct funds to the payments. J.D. Vance said yesterday, VP Vance said there will be deeper cuts to the federal workforce as long as the government shutdown continues. And the biggest open source conference on the East Coast is happening at the Raleigh Convention Center. Open source is software with code that anyone can inspect, change, and distribute, usually for free. This week's conference has more than 4,000 registered attendees, with about 500 companies represented. There are also more than 100 exhibitors and 200 sessions. And you can probably guess what one of the biggest topics is right now.
I'm going to be talking about artificial intelligence, like I guess everybody else is as well. But I'm going to be talking about it like mistakes from the past of history that we're repeating with new technology right now.
Last year we made it a lot about AI. This year it's about AI as well and how AI can bridge the gaps, whether it's in healthcare or neurodivergency or accessibility.
The All Things Open conference runs through tomorrow. Coming up on 442 on your Monday morning, a community mourning. 16 people died in an explosion in Tennessee. How dozens gathered to give prayers this weekend. And cold and flu season is underway. Also ahead, we'll give you some steps to take to protect yourself and others. And a nor'easter moves away from U.S. soil and fall weather resumes. We're looking live at Fenton and Cary. Meteorologist Chris Michaels will show you how many mornings this week will start in the 40s.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
Welcome back. Time now 4:45, and we're starting now with the tower outside our studio lit in green because some of the patchy light rain that's moving through parts of Wake County right now, specifically around Garner, Willow, Spring, and Fuquay, heading down south toward Andrew and Lillington. And once that clears, that's most of the rain that the Triangle will have to deal with for the day. Starting out cool, though, with 59s all across the board. Fuquay at 60, Chapel Hill at 58 degrees, so cooler than we started out with just yesterday morning. We'll make some improvements today compared to yesterday. It's not going to be quite as windy, and temperatures will improve a little bit. Not by much. Midday temps will be in the mid-60s. Heading into the afternoon, some breaks in the overcast with a high of about 70 degrees. Then out the door tomorrow morning, you can expect temperatures in the 50s at the bus stop with afternoon highs in the 70s. But coming up, we'll show you how many mornings we wake up to temperatures in the 40s and when you'll be needing the jacket for sure.
Oh, boy. All right. Thank you, Chris. A reminder about a planned road closure in Garner today. Contractors for Norfolk Southern plan to perform railroad work on Vandora Springs Road near West Garner Road. That road will be closed starting at 9 a.m. Crews plan to have it back open by 4, weather permitting. Detours will be posted. A Tennessee community gathered Sunday to remember the people who died in a factory explosion. Dozens of people held a vigil, lit candles, and prayed. 16 people died in the devastating explosion near Nashville on Friday. It happened at a plant that manufactures military and demolition explosives. Tennessee's governor says it could be months before investigators determine the cause of that explosion. And this morning, the Carborough Police Department is looking for help identifying a person who attacked a woman on a greenway. These images show the person accused in the attack on the Francis Shetley Bikeway on Thursday morning. The pictures show someone in dark pants and a lighter colored hoodie. A woman reported being attacked between North Greensboro and Shelton Streets. Police ask anyone with surveillance video from Thursday between midnight and 1:30 a.m. near that bikeway to share it with them. Well, as the cold and flu season gets underway, it's important to remember how to protect yourself from getting sick. When it comes to vaccines, the Cleveland Clinic recommends checking with your primary care provider, and frequently washing your hands and disinfecting high-touch surfaces helps protect you from getting others sick. Doctors add that stocking up on medicines like over-the-counter remedies for pain, fever, and cough can also help. If you do start feeling sick, Dr. Naya Vias says there are a few things to keep in mind.
Well, first and foremost, cover your cough. If you have a cough, make sure you cover it with either a mask or turn your head to the side or cough in your sleeve. You should also make sure that if your symptoms last longer than a week or they're not getting any better, to consult your doctor or doctor's office to get more information.
And doctors recommend staying home when you're sick and taking those small steps. Well, the Mega Millions jackpot is growing bigger. It is now worth $600 million. That's the largest jackpot so far this year. It is the 11th largest in the game's history. That next drawing is tomorrow night. You can watch it at 11 right here on WRAL. Well, the gates to the 2025 State Fair opened this week, and this year there will be 3 new rides designed to give you high-flying thrills. And today we'll get a taste of the new foods that you will be able to enjoy. We have a crew there today tasting them all, and we will have a preview in our later newscast. I want that job. I have to figure out how I get that job. The State Fair runs from October 16th and October 26th. WRAL is a proud media sponsor. You can find a comprehensive 2025 State Fair guide on our website, WRAL.com. I've seen some of the food, Chris, and I am just so excited to go. Donuts, I mean, everything's deep fried. I'm so
the barbecue
excited.
Donuts look good.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
they
gonna
sound
try it.
good.
Yeah.
And here we are at 4:49 in the morning without them. All right, temperatures starting at about 57 to 60 degrees right now. Everybody pretty much on the same playing field in terms of our temperatures. Hour by hour, midday, we're in the mid-60s. We'll start to see a little bit of clearing heading into the afternoon, and that'll allow our temperatures to jump a little bit from where they were this weekend with a high of about 70 degrees. 8 a.m. may still see a few showers toward the Sandhills. Then our nor'easter moves offshore. In the process, you see some of that clearing in the sky, but then a little bit of residual energy in the atmosphere gives us some cloud cover heading into tonight. Temperatures, though, drop a little bit more. That's especially going to be the case later in the week. High pressure diving in from Canada. Notice how the wind around it is clockwise. So the air starts coming in from the north. That's going to give us some chillier mornings, some sunny afternoons, and this is just in time for the start of the North Carolina State Fair. So midday Thursday, you're looking at temps in the low to mid 60s, mostly sunny, beautiful, and a little bit of a breeze. But once that breeze backs off, watch out. Here's Friday morning. This is probably going to be the coldest morning we've got this week. Temperature in Roxborough at about 40, Raleigh about 45, Rocky Mountain, Wilson at about 42. So if it feels a little cool right now, just wait until Friday. We'll be grabbing the puffier jacket by then. But ahead of that, temperatures warming Tuesday and Wednesday will be in the mid 70s after beginning in the middle 50s. We'll start out 45 to 50 degrees Thursday morning. Thursday afternoon, highs in the upper 60s. Friday near 70. And then heading into the weekend, mostly dry. So the first several days of the State Fair not looking too bad. It'll actually be warming up in time for the weekend with highs Saturday in the mid 70s and Sunday in the upper 70s. Michelle?
Beautiful weather for the State Fair. Thank you, Chris. Well, Frankenstein is set to be honored, and a new documentary follows a peace advocate. What's new in entertainment news next?